Hi, I'm Eric. Radio Timeline is a visual command center for your novel, where structure, progress, and story all come into focus. You may ask yourself, after finishing the zero draft, what does the shape of the story actually look like? Gossamer Mode gives you that answer. It maps the shape of your manuscript across the current beat system, so you can see how your story is moving. Does it open slow and quiet? Or does it start strong and then sag? Hover over any beat to see the AI rationale behind the score. You can also enable a target range. In this example, we're using the classic rising mountain of suspense, starting low around 0 to 10 and climbing with each beat, 5 to 15, 10 to 20, 25 to 30, and so on. This range is not given to the AI. It's a visual guide for you. The scores are generated independently, so you can compare what the model sees against the shape you expect. When a score falls within its expected range, it's shown in green. Push above it, and you will see a high side deviation in magenta. Drop below it, and you'll see a red band indicating weaker than expected results. You can run Gossamer as many times as you want. Each run creates its own plot, and in the top left you can see the total runs and which models were used. So you can compare results and track how the shape shifts as your manuscript evolves. Gossamer isn't limited to a single curve. You can choose the signal you want to send. Momentum shows how fast your story is moving. Tension shows how much pressure is building. Activity shows how much is happening on the page. Interiority shows how intense the experience is from inside your characters. Each one produces its own curve, a different shape, so you can see not just what your story is, but how it feels across every beat. And you're not locked into a single workflow. Gossamer supports 2 input paths, manual and automated. If you prefer to work outside of an API, the Gossamer Score Manager modal lets you curate previous runs and enter new scores from your favorite LLM. Or you can use the automated modal. From the command palette, you trigger a direct run using your selected model. The system automatically maps the scores and justifications back onto your beat properties. Both paths produce the same result, a new run added to your plots. You can selectively toggle them on and off, compare them, or switch beat systems. Over time, you build a history of how your story evolves and if it's achieving the effect you want. This concludes the Radio Timeline Release 6 Quartet. Over the past few months, this system has grown and matured, adding new features, refining existing ones, and introducing an entirely new view. You now have new ways to track your progress, analyze your structure, and see how your story moves. Share it with the world or just a few close friends. There's more ahead, but for now, keep your timelines radial and your story revolving, and happy writing.